Sat here and figured that I was going to be able to at least get something, some type of scenery, some type of background, some type of imagery with how my thoughts feel, how they look. And it's like I found the perfect interpretation of what the flow is going to feel like. And that's how close we are. And it's very windy outside. I do apologize for that, but I can't control what nature is going to be doing. But of course, we're at the park as well, so you're going to see a lot of people walking and all that. Probably trying to mind their business. But the thing is, too, we can't control them, and we can't worry about them. What we can't control, what we can worry about is ourselves. Celestial rising, divine noon, and grand night to the beautiful deity watching this video. It's your divine reflection, divine messenger, and we are back with another message. I understand. If you choose to, if you enjoy these videos, make sure you, once again, like, comment, subscribe for more divine messages. I should have got my mic. I do apologize. I didn't get my mic, but yeah, we're gonna have a lot of little pauses because I know that it's gonna be very windy when it comes down to the audio. But for today's video, I have 7 key points, 7 gems, and y'all already know that I had to deliver key points and gems just to help you go about life. And the thing is, too, a lot of these gems, a lot of these different, okay, little light skin, little some nice little dark focus. Anyways, these gems right here are going to be able to help you not only just for today, but it can also be for tomorrow as well. And the thing is, too, these 7 different gems are going to help you understand why different relationships are going to fail due to the contracts that you two had soulfully and spiritually, why they were misaligned, because the timing that you were in wasn't meant for you to be aligned with this person in this exact time limit. So because of that, these 7 different lessons are going to teach us why and how to be aware of what's going to happen when the relationships are going to fail. The moment that we are thinking about why they didn't go the way we thought they planned it to be, or we planned it to go. So number 1, for why most relationships will fail due to soul contract misalignment. So number 1 is, for one, a lot of times there are many lessons for the karmic realm that people are in, and it has unfinished business. And many people they're running away from their problems and their solutions because they feel as if what they're running from has already been solved, because they're running from the truth of their accountability. So because of that, hold on. So 1 or 2 people will be stuck in the unresolved cycle, and then this prevents this person from finding that heaven. And when the person is stuck in this cycle of not wanting to heal themselves, not wanting to confirm what their lesson is, they don't want to work with themselves. They don't want to work with other people because they feel as if they know better. So because they know better, they will choose to not do better, because by them not doing better, their ego thinks as if them not doing better is what's going to be the factor of them getting to where they want to be. Man, where they want to be is a facade, because they're not actually willing to put in the work. So this is why they're going to be stuck in that unresolved trauma cycle. But the thing is, too, though, by you being aware of this, you have to be aware by observing and monitoring the person that you're hanging out with. And this could be a person, this can be a family member, this can be a friend, it can be anybody. But you have to be able to monitor, you have to be able to observe people when they're going through these different cycles, because you never know what your cycle could look like. And the thing is, too, our karmic cycles, they have many different shapes, sizes, and different slogans, different words, just different spells in general. And if you're not ready to seek out what this spell is, if you're not willing to communicate with it, if you're not willing to sit down, if you're not willing to be sat down and have this lesson teach you what you are already teaching yourself, then the karmic lesson is going to sit there and let you stay stagnant in what you are relying on, and that's help. But the help that you're looking for outside of yourself is not going to be able to validate you. Ooh. It's not going to be able to validate you because, for one, you're too stuck in this way of being. And because you're not finding that harmony, most people are going to find that harmony by being lazy and being stuck within that karmic cycle that they're not learning from. So because they're not learning from it, these different cycles are going to start beating them up, and it's going to start revealing the things they should have learned in the future, and then in the future they'll start regretting what they would have been doing the whole entire time in their past. But of course their energy was too stagnant, and when it was stagnant they couldn't pay attention to what the energy was being molded or shaped into. The next one. So we have many different spiritual paths, many different spiritual avenues, different journeys. And the one way that you'll be able to tell that you're not aligned with this person is because the person, including you, will grow in opposing directions. And because of that, this is going to create a shift inside of the ethereal and the astral realms before it hits the physical. So when you understand that having different spiritual paths is not a bad thing, because we all have many different ways of living and existing. We have many different ways of living and existing. Get that dog right there. But because of that, we have to understand that, for one, because if we're going to exist in a certain way of being, we have to be a certain way of what we want to feel as if we already are. Because what we are, we have to understand that, for one, the path that we're on is going to be different from everybody else's, and you can't do anything about that. So when you see that, if you feel as if you're aligned with this person's spiritual path, it's for a reason. Because a lot of times too, we got to understand that the many people that have different spiritual paths, it can be through an intention of good or it can be an intention of evil. But all that does is just put an identification on what you think is important. And nothing is technically important when you're walking on a spiritual path of spirituality in general. Because this path right here is nothing but an energetic rift that we are actually all going to be going through anyways. Because, for example, this whole video is going to be a confirmation. So how I treat my mind, how I treat my emotions, how I align myself with the wind's flow, that's going to determine what I'm going to be allowing as this video is going to continue and go on as it's recorded. But that's a different spiritual path that me and the element of wind are on, because the element of wind is doing what it has to do on its own journey. I have my own journey as well, but I can't get upset for what the wind is going to do in the exact same realm that we share together. So because of that, we're not technically aligned, but me and the wind are aligned because I'm trying to record the video and the wind is just sitting here blowing loud all through the speaker and all through the phone, this and that. But the thing is too, misalignment is still alignment, because I'm in alignment with what I think is misaligned. But that misalignment is still aligned, technically speaking, because spiritually, me and the element are still aligned together soulfully, because we share the exact same energy. It's going to be a whole confirmation. I should have brought my mic, but I do apologize. So it is what it is. All right, the next one. Why most of these relationships will be failing. So a lot of times when you are overlooking your intuition, you're going to have a lot of red flags that are going to be overlooked. And by you overlooking them, you're not going to pay attention to what you knew you saw, but you ignored it because you like this person's energy, or you like their attitude, you like their persona. And because when you do that, you're going to bypass their soul guidance. And the soul's guidance is literally going to get you away from realizing what their intuition is becoming, or what they already are. Because if you see what somebody's becoming, if you pay attention, then this is where you'll be able to stop yourself and really ask. And not even just that, you'll have an epiphany of what you and this person will be, and what you two will be walking in, what you'll become, what you'll be working into, what you'll be working as. So as you're seeing yourself in that environment, you are now able to critically think about clarity that you want for yourself, because they have things set in their mind on what they want to find important. So because they find these certain things important, they're going to have you ignore their intuition by acting a certain way, or saying certain things, or being a certain type of way, or being. And as this being is acting a certain way, you're going to ignore their intentions that are going to cause them to act an evil or malicious way. And once you understand that, when you walk away from that, they're going to get upset. The moment they get upset, that's how you know, that's how you knew that you were going to be misaligned with them the whole entire time. Because That's the fact that you took care of you for the first time. And when you stopped ignoring what they intuitively were going to be, they want to get upset. You want to get upset because I caught on to your bullshit. And because I caught on to your bullshit, you're upset that I'm standing up for myself. That's what happens when your intuition's telling you who they always been. And then when you start taking accountability and you start asking yourself with affirmations and affirming, you telling yourself, like, I know you're not acting a certain way because I'm doing this or that. And then when they give you the, not even just a runaround, when they give you, because they won't tell you straight up, but if they do beat around the bush, you'll be able to see right through that and say, you know what, I can just tell you're not ready to have a honest friendship or a mutual relationship to where we're able to coexist together, and I don't see this thing working out because you thought that I was going to ignore who you always been just because how you've been acting with other people, it's been working, but because it's not working around me, you want to get upset with that, and then I'm the bad guy, or you look at me with some type of look to the point where you don't fuck with me no more, which is okay. I mean, I can't get upset or mad about that, but that's what happens when you stop trauma bonding. So this is the next one, so number 4. Number 4 is trauma bonding. And the thing is too, the one way that you know this shit failed because the relationships that you have formed through the wounds of being mutually growing instead. So you two mutually grew, and as these wounds began to become revealed, you decided to see why y'all became close together. And then as you notice why they started acting a certain way because they can't heal their trauma, you understood that it's technically not going to be a reality of healing your trauma in a day. It takes lifetimes for many different souls to heal themselves. Hell, it takes all of us a lifetime to heal ourselves. But because of that, we got to understand that when we're seeing trauma bonding, the moment that you know you're not, you have a misaligned moment with this person is because, for example, this person caters to people that argue. So when somebody argues with them, that feeds or boosts their ego. That's how they get off. That's how they get turned on. That's how they feel alive in that moment. But when you notice that instantly, you tell yourself, I'm not going to argue with you because arguing with you, it does nothing. All it does is just give me a headache. It stresses me out. But then it gives you that amplified indication for you to feel good. It's like a drug. It's like you shooting heroin up your nose or up your shoulder, up your arm, or whatever. And by you getting off on my reaction, that's what causes you to react a certain way. And I'm not going to bond with you on that type of spell anymore. There are some people who bond by words as far as like bitch. So I met a lot of people in my life to where when they did something, they would laugh it off or whatever, but the person would say, man, you a stupid bitch for doing that. And then the nigga would be like, man, you a bitch, man. You just be doing some dumbass shit. This nigga a hoe ass, bitch ass nigga. And when I would hear stuff like that, I understood that for one, by me being around it, thank the Almighty that I'm not able to sit there and sponge this type of way of acting. And thank God I didn't embody that way of treating the people I call my brothers or friends or family or associates. I would never call anybody out their name. And I don't trauma bond like that. And the thing is, even with women as well, a lot of times sex can be trauma bonding, or instantly looking for a kiss, or instantly seeking just validation or words or just stuff like that. People will continuously place their trauma and want to bond it with somebody who's giving them the time of day. People have to be able to heal on their own accord. It's not going to be a time, nor a day, nor a minute, nor a second that you're going to be one with yourself or other people. There's going to be times where you'll be knocked off. But what you do the moment you fall off of your seat, that's when you'll be able to know that you're not only being guided by your own willpower, but you're being guided by a higher power that's giving you the ability to willingly get right back up and be a better you for a better you. The next one, number 5. So you're going to have issues, and these issues are going to have a timely indication of what you're going to find an issue in. So because of that, the connection that very windy. So this connection is going to serve a temporary purpose, but it's not going to be meant for longevity because, for one, a lot of times, bro, many people, when they're doing certain things and as they're, going through, or not just going through, but as they're living and experiencing an issue, there are a lot of times to where time is not going to be on your side or their side as well. But what you know is important at the moment, that's when you determine what you got to do to stop the time for what it is at that instant. Because if you're not doing what you got to do to take care of the time that you have for yourself or other people, you're going to have an issue with not only just yourself, but your friends and your family. And the thing is too, if you're not quantum leaping, if you're not quantum overlapping when it comes down to just what you know as far as information with the spirit, the soul, and the energy, then that's when you're going to be sitting there lost in your ways. And because you're lost in your ways, you're going to lose the valuable relationships that actually care about you for you, besides you seeing you for what you want to be or what you think you are. Because that's the one thing as well too, when you cut ties with that trauma bond situationship, you don't see time as an issue anymore, because the amount of time that you give yourself or the time that you are giving yourself, that's going to be the issue for their demons. That's the issue for their demons, because they're, in their mind, it's a problem that you're taking care of yourself again. It's a problem when you're going outside and embracing the flow of the water. I mean, look at this beauty right here. You feel what I'm saying? Look at this. It's a problem when you want to go outside and start reading again. It's a problem when you want to start grounding. It's a problem when you want to start feeding geese and duck again. It's a problem when you want to start doing a book for yourself or making videos or making content. It's a problem when you start taking care of your mind, your ego, your auric field. It's a problem when you want to start living a better life for you. That's how you know it's going to be an issue, when you're starting to alchemize time for yourself. You're not letting them create time for their own enjoyment, because you enjoyed spending time with them for a certain degree, but that was only because y'all were bonding at a level of trauma that y'all tended to ignore. Because by you acknowledging it, you weren't going to have fun anymore. I mean, that's just how I see it, right? Number 6, you're going to have a resistance of growing with this person, including yourself as well. Because one of the partners or one of the people that you are involved with is going to, so while the other person remains stagnant, this is going to disrupt that balance. So as one person is evolving, then that means that the other person is going to remain stagnant, and then they will disrupt your balance as you are ascending. That's exactly what happens. So when the person that you are cool with, that you're sharing a life with or an experience with, they do not want to grow up. They do not want to be better than themselves. So for example, if I could be around 5 people right now. Today, I didn't want to post a video today, but I got up and said, go find something to just flow and be with yourself. The gym wasn't open, that's okay. But go find a spot and then go record the damn video. Stop making excuses. But now the one friend could say, I ain't gonna lie, y'all, we can just sit in the crib and just play 2K or play Madden, bro. Let's just go ahead and go to the mall. We don't got work tomorrow. Let's go and celebrate New Year's. Let's go ahead and just go to the bar. Let's go ahead and chill. Let's go party. Let's go celebrate. Let's not post it. Let's not make content. This is what happens when somebody is resisting to grow, because before we agreed to be a group of being serious or calamity, before we had certain goals that we were going to be expected to meet at a certain time frame, we all agreed as a group of 5 or 6 that no matter what, when it comes down to our accomplishments, to our goals, to our purpose, we are not going to bullshit. We're not going to be lackadaisical. We're not going to make excuses. We're going to conquer these goals, and we're going to do them to the best of our ability. So, because I'm the one that gets up and I make the video, now I got somebody who wants to keep me stagnant because they're too tired today. Also, it's a Tuesday afternoon. It's like 4:13 in the afternoon. It's cold outside. They don't want to do much. They have a day off. It's just like they've been posting continuously, but today they don't feel like doing it. Why? They have no reason. They just feel like it's time for a break. But for you, it's like, no, you're ready to evolve. You have things to do. You have shit to accomplish. So when they get upset, when they get mad, you can't get in your feelings about that. And the thing is, too, you can't even care about their thought process because, for one, let them feel how they feel. Let them be how they be. Let them be how they be because they can feel how they want because that's validated. Because you got to understand as well too, by you even being in this flow-like state, they are wanting to disrupt the peaceful state of your harmony. Because you know that you're wanting to be a better man and woman just because you're getting up every single day, doing what most people are afraid of doing. Because they're afraid of doing it, because they're afraid of change, they're afraid to change their circumstances. And because of that, this leads us to our last one. There will be a lot of times in the roles to where these roles are going to be misinterpreted, and then these misinterpretations of the roles are going to cause a malfunction in the groups that you are hanging out in. What the fuck? That you're hanging out in. So, because of that, a lot of times people will confuse these karmic lessons with a lifelong companion, and they won't be able to see the teaching that the karmic lesson is teaching or bestowing to them. And this is exactly why you have to be able to be one with somebody that knows what the lesson is saying to them at hand. Because when a lot of times, so people don't know, for example, like a basketball team, we have a lot of centers trying to play point guard. We don't need a 7'8" center bringing the ball up the court, because when you're getting ripped 5 times and then you're getting upset, it's like you're not trying to grow. Because as a team, you have the point guard who's been doing his job. He's been training and practicing his job every single day for this exact moment, and you're taking his role from him. So you have to understand what your role is. Not saying that you can't dribble, because if you get the rebound and everybody's going down the court on a fast break, by all means, my nigga, dribble the ball, do something, make something shake, do a screen and roll, do a dribble handoff, set the screen, roll to the down screen, a flare screen, do something, get somebody open, get yourself involved. But that's because you know what you're doing. But because you want change in your life, you know that a lot of times, for one, the main thing to me was the spiritual path. Because you know that we all have different spiritual paths, you won't get in the way of somebody's karmic lesson. Because we got to understand that for the new year, a lot of people are for the new year, a lot of people are not going to be meant in your life for a reason, because the universe, the divine, knows that the person that was meant to be in your life was only there to waste your time. They were wasting their time and your time as well, because they were not willing to put in the work that you kept doing continuously. They were too envious of you. They were too jealous of you. They were sitting there thinking in the back of their mind, why are you doing and how are you doing the things that you're doing? And why are you doing them with no effort? You look good while doing it. And because it's you doing it, because it's working, that irritates them. That irritates their subconscious mind. Their subconscious mind hates seeing you get glorified for your goals and your accomplishments. But the thing is, though, you have a big heart. You have a loving soul. And because of that, you're not going to just sit there and ruin a friendship because this person is not aligned with what you want to be. But you know that no matter what, you're not going to sit there and allow somebody to keep being envious of your energy. Why would you want to allow mischief around you? Why would you want to allow somebody's irritated demons to come around you? That makes no sense. Because then you're just allowing the enemy to come closer to stab you in your eye. Don't be a fool hanging around foolishness. They don't love themselves the way you love yourself. Take care of your mindset, take care of your energy, take care of your body, because just know when you see people fall off of your life, when you see people walk out of your life, when you see people get blocked, when you see people do dumb shit to where it irritates you or it just makes you question their motives, you're doing that for a reason. It's happening for a reason. So as it's happening, sit there and let yourself know, like, okay, this is meant to happen, so how will I react? What will I do next? How will I go about this? Do I really need them in my life? And if you know you don't, keep on moving. If you do need them in your life, figure a way to find somebody who can balance their stagnation out. Because them being stagnant cannot help you evolve. You know what you came here to do. You came here to be a better person. And the thing is, too, all they're doing is weighing you down by being a negative person. You don't need that negativity in your lifestyle. You go through so much, you balance so many things out, and by them constantly bragging and nagging and complaining about stupid, dumb shit every single day, it's not what's needed for you. Don't forget who you are. Don't forget what energy that you're walking into. That misalignment is not, it's not a message for you to feel down about yourself. That misalignment is a message to let you know that these people had to leave your life so that you could have clarity into opening up new opportunities for better relationships, to help your goals unfold for the righteous path that you've been disciplined as you were walking into a better way of living. Have a great day, Divine Reflection.